So just on Manchester United, United are actually interested in Matthias Tell, but this is very tentative at this stage. They have made inquiries, but they've been described to me as tentative. That's because United would have to do business out of the club if they were to try and bring someone like Matthias Tell in. It would be different if it was a loan, then maybe they could juggle the wages around if someone was to leave, and then they could get Matthias Tell in that way. But Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho, they're the two we've been talking about throughout this transfer window. And I know you could say, oh, they could release a player and another position in that squad, but it would also be to do with the squad space and the salary as well. So if they were to lose a forward, they'd then want to recruit one as well. So if they're interested in Tell, they'd probably have to release one of these two.
For you, Marcus Rashford, let's talk about him. What's going on with him, Darmish?
He's still a Manchester United player. He's still a Manchester United player. I've been saying this throughout this window. If you're doing an interview 2 weeks before the window opens saying you want a new challenge, chances are you've got something set up. That's why I was expecting early on in that transfer window there to be a deal ready to go for Marcus Rashford. We're on January the 31st. He's still training with United. He's nowhere near the squad. He's been criticised publicly by his manager. But just of late, I think there's been a little bit of a rowback on that because Ruben Amorim has actually said we're a better team if Marcus Rashford plays, but he needs to give the maximum in training. That kind of message to Marcus Rashford can't be great. He must be thinking, this guy doesn't fancy me. I need to get a move out. But it's easier said than done because he's on big wages. And the place he wants to go to, Barcelona, they won't be able to do a deal whereby United will be satisfied with the amount of wages that they pay, because they need to create salary space. AC Milan went for him, but that came and went. They went for Kyle Walker instead to fill in their non-EU player. Borussia Dortmund is one that, and Barcelona to a certain extent, that will need watching in the last few days, simply because Dortmund did a deal with United last January with Jadon Sancho. United actually ended up making a profit on Jadon Sancho's wages because they incentivised the deal whereby however well Sancho played and Dortmund did, the percentage that United paid in the wages came down. Could they do that again with Marcus Rashford? And as Carve mentioned in the last hour, Aston Villa now are looking at Marcus Rashford.
Every club knows, the clubs who want Marcus Rashford, that the best deal you're going to get is going to be on deadline day if you're going to take a player on loan. We saw it with Raheem Sterling moving from Chelsea to Arsenal. We saw it with Jadon Sancho. These deals happen on deadline day because the selling club is almost forced to accept whatever's being offered. Whereas at the moment, Manchester United could be saying to interested clubs, you've got to pay 70, 80, 90, 100% of his wages and a loan fee if you want him. Whereas on deadline day, they will lower their demands. Otherwise, they'll be left with a player who their head coach has said, I'd rather have my 63-year-old goalkeeping coach on the bench than him.
Yeah, but if they go... With Rashford, they will wait to the end, to the 31st, because with his wages, even if they said they'll pay 250 grand a week, that's £1 million if you've signed him at the end of the month. They've saved £1 million. That's a lot of money in this day and age. Do you know what I mean? You signed him at the start of the January window, you know, it's going to cost £1 million in wages. So if you can drag it out, plus Man United will get panicky because they won't want to be stuck with 350 grand a week for the next 7-8 months, because that's what it will be in the end till it comes to the start of next season.
Do you think it's sensible for him to be holding out for Barcelona? Because when you look at Barcelona's players, their front three, if he's not playing at United, would he be playing at Barcelona?
I think I've got more money than Barcelona, haven't I? mean, they ain't got no money.
Exactly.
They've got no money. I mean...
You've got a lot of it, though.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm telling you. So, yeah, I don't get that one.